There we go. Okay, so today is our monthly Zoom call that we do for our entire organization. Doug and I and Chris, we just want to help you achieve and soar at whatever it is you're doing. And everybody has different things they want to pursue. Some just want to pursue sales, that's fine. And then in sales, some just want to do buyers, and some just want to do sellers. And then other people want to attract. Some are in XP just to attract agents to build the company. Some do all of it, like myself and Doug. So the goal is we just want to be a resource for you. I just want to go out and find things and bring them back so that you don't have to go through all of that to search for things and spend time on that, and just bring it back and be that resource for you, that consultant. And so that's what we do, and that's the whole purpose of these monthly calls, is to reach out to you. And anyone in your group may not know about the call because sometimes our emails go into spam, and I'll say they actually go into spam for me when we send them. So, make sure you block this. It's every Wednesday, the third Wednesday of the month, same time and same place. And anyone in your group, please invite them. If you're, talking about EXP with somebody, you're welcome to have them, join the call as well. Because all we're just trying to do is help people. You can't help people too much, right? And you put the information out there, and hopefully people will take it. So today we're talking about attraction. And I just want to say a little bit before I introduce our guest speaker. So how amazing it is to be able to have a business. And let's see, let me get everyone to mute your microphones. Hold on a second. Let me go through here. Oh, I think they did. Okay, so how amazing it is to be able to have a business that can, be very successful without having to have an investment. I just be real quick to say, I really don't know of many places where you can do that. And, without having to have a risk, and usually a business, you buy a franchise, you got to spend, hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not a million or more, plus all of the location and the equipment and hiring the people and managing it. It's just so much. And I just want to tell you, if you want to have passive income and want to have, and passive income to me means doing the work once and it keeps paying ongoing. There are limited opportunities to that with investment of time and money, and EXP offers that to us. And I've done this for 8 years. I've actually done it many years before that with another company, and it was not the same model, not anywhere near it. And this has just been amazing. So what we want to do is just bring this information to you. It's simple. It's not easy because it requires you to put forth an effort, but it's a simple plan that works. And we're just going to share with you exactly what is working. And you can take it from there. And, it may be right now important to you in your time of life. It may be 3 months from now, a year from now, but I want you to know about it because you don't know what you don't know. And I think that's a very strong phrase. So I want to introduce you today to our friend and our coach, Shon Kokoszka. I've known about Shon for many years before I actually met him, and Doug and I started coaching him a year ago. Shon is amazing in that he has such experience with a huge background that I want to tell you about a little bit. So first of all, sold over 4,000 or 5,000 homes personally, over $1 billion, with him and his team over the years. $1 billion in sales. That's a lot, especially at the price point he was at. And then also too, coached a lot of companies from a business aspect that weren't even real estate. So McDonald's, Pepsi, GM, a lot of those companies like that. Was president of MAPS for Keller Williams, the MAPS coaching company that's huge. He started that and ran that. Also, a lot of you may have taken a course called Bold. He was very instrumental in developing that. And probably a lot of other stuff that I don't know, but I will say this. Reason why I want him to talk to you is because he's actually hands-on working attraction at EXP. And so, a lot of times a coach will tell you what to do and they're not actively doing it or did it a long time ago, but that's not the case in this situation. And so the other great thing about it too is his group is the fastest growing group at EXP in the last several quarters. So it's recent information right now. And so without further ado, I want to introduce you to Shon Kokoszka.
Boy, I got tired after that, Chuck. Thank you. I started thinking about my history in real estate and how many hours I worked to get to where I got, yet, man, it kind of exhausts me now because of EXP and revenue share, quite honestly. I mean, while I've made millions and millions of dollars over the course of my 32 years in this industry, gang, I got to tell you, I was always beholden to something or someone else to earn that money. I had to do this. I had to be at the office at 7:30 in the morning. I had to stay there till 7:30 at night. I had to. Now, thanks to EXP, thanks to revenue share, I don't have to do a damn thing. Revenue share is the only thing I found that has increased my freedom and my income at exactly the same time. It gives us autonomy to do what we want, when we want, where we want. And guys, I think each and every one of you deserve that. You might not be ready now, yet I want to plant some seeds for a future harvest. Maybe you are ready right now and you want some actionable strategies and tactics that you can implement right now today. Well, you're definitely on the right call. No doubt about that. I'm so glad you're all here. So I will tell you, and I'll be honest, when I joined EXP, I did not take building revenue share very seriously for the first probably 8 months. And yet, as I got to know people like Chuck and Doug and Brent Gove and Gene Frederick, and so many others that are earning well into the 8 figures per year in just residual and passive income, I thought I better start taking this seriously. Now, at the same time, I'd like to consider myself a highly leveraged person, meaning I believe in 3 powerful words. It's who, not you. Who, not you. See, this allows us to create time abundance. It allows us to do more things in a lot less time. And it also frees us up to do the things we really want to do. See, I'm back-to-back coaching sessions all day long. I'm so passionate about it. I love it. And I love to watch my clients win. That's where I find my fulfillment. It goes back to my why, my core purpose in life is to help others achieve their goals. And in so doing, I get to achieve mine. Now, with that said, I didn't take it very seriously at first. Yet when I started into this, I dove in and man, I started thinking through systems. What would it look like to have a highly leveraged operation that allows you to build revenue share consistently? Now, my rev share group is now at about 2,600 agents, and I invest 3 to 5 hours a week into building this revenue share group, and that's all I've ever done. It's not a full-time job. And yet I wanted to share with you the actions that you can implement and deploy right now today to help make that happen, okay? So, and by the way, they're paying me around $100,000 a month. It doesn't suck, and it's growing every single month. And so I'm very excited about what we're doing. Now, there's 4 categories that we must focus on when building a sustainable revenue share organization. I want you to write these down, okay? Number 1 is going to be paramount. It's recruiting. Many of you don't like that word. No, it's attraction, Shon. No, it's recruiting. Let's be honest. You're recruiting agents to align with EXP, whether it be on your team, or maybe they're outside of your state. Maybe they're just a powerful agent locally that wants to align with EXP because of the power of the model. Okay. Second is retention. So once we get them in the front door, again, we got to lock that back door. We got to focus on 100% retention. While we'll never achieve that, why would you plan for anything less, right? The third category is revenue or per agent production, to improve their knowledge, their skills, mindset, and habits so they can increase their production month after month, year after year. That also helps with the retention aspect. And the fourth of the 4 R's, I call them, is reproduction. To get the agents that you've attracted to align with EXP to get into action around attraction. Now, this 3 to 5 hours that I invest per week, I would say at least 2 of those hours are invested into the people in the organization to educate them. Again, improve their knowledge, their skills, their mindset, and their habits such that they want to get into action around attraction. Now, many of you aligned with EXP, not because of attraction. Maybe it was because of the healthcare program. Maybe it was because of the Express Offers platform. Perhaps it was the 80-20 split with a flat $16,000 per year cap. Maybe it was even stock ownership or all of the above. My intention today is just to motivate you and inspire you to take aggressive action around attracting agents. And there's very simple ways to make this happen. Number 1, most of you are probably having 5 to 15 conversations per week with other realtors that are not with EXP, just in your normal transactional workflow. Do you think that's possibly true? Probably 5 to 15 conversations with non-EXP agents. Let's say you have a listing, they call you, hey, do you have any offers yet? My buyers are considering. You say, no, I don't, but I'll be sure to call you the moment an offer comes in. Now, do you have just 60 seconds for a quick question? They'll always say yes. Then it's the scripting. Now, there's 3 things you can, in fact, control when you're building a revenue share group or building a sales organization. is number one, it's what you say. Number two is how you say it. And number three is how many people you say it to. I mean, bottom line is, guys, if you want more appointments, all you have to do is create more conversations. And the low-hanging fruit are the agents that you're interacting with on a daily basis. You're already on the phone with them. A lot of people say, well, of course, Shon, your organization's growing so fast because you're a coach, you're a trainer, you've got a reputation in this industry. And I'll tell you what, each and every one of you has a much better probability of getting an agent to your front line than I do. Because again, I'm back-to-back coaching sessions all day long. And unless that agent is not with EXP and we're talking about them joining EXP, it's really hard for me to create those conversations. Because when I'm done, guys, I'm spent. I literally am just mentally exhausted. And the last thing I want to do is pick up the phone and cold call an agent. Okay, I'll just be honest with you. So again, it's who, not you, right? It's who, not you. So the three things you can control: what you say, how you say it, how many people you say it to. No doubt about that. So when you can master the what to say, for example, this 60-second add-on conversation, you finish your business, you say, hey, I made the decision 3.5 years ago to align with EXP because they compensate me in 8 different ways. And I got to tell you, it's changed my financial trajectory for the better in such a powerful way. Let me ask, have you actually sat down and specifically investigated EXP as it relates to your production, your net income, your net worth, your stock portfolio, and your ability to retire? Because I got to tell you, the finances and economics, they're life-changing. Have you taken the time? You say, well, no, I haven't. We're after the no, right? And even if they say yes, I've got the objection handler to it. Yet when they say no, you say, well, EXP is creating more multimillionaires than any other brokerage in the history of real estate sales. In fact, they're the fastest growing brokerage in the history of real estate. Let's do this. Let's simply set an appointment to get together in a Zoom meeting. I'm going to break down and articulate the 8 different ways that you should be being compensated. I'm going to show you how to improve your net income, your net worth, enhance your stock portfolio, and show you a residual way to retire in the next 5 years. And I'm not kidding. When's the best time for you and I to get together for just 30 minutes? Is it mornings or afternoons? Now, that's a very simple closing strategy, and I want to break it down for you. It's ABC, okay? It's action first. What do you want them to do? It's benefit second. What's in it for them? And then you segue into a commitment. So my action was, let's do this. Let's simply set an appointment to meet on a Zoom meeting. Now, the moment you ask them to take an action, you guys, there's a question that appears in their mind, and that is, what's in it for me? Why should I do that? So we immediately segue into the benefits. I'm going to articulate and break down the 8 different ways that you should be being compensated. I'm going to show you how to improve your net worth, your net income, your stock portfolio, and enhance your ability to retire from real estate in the next 5 years. Then I'm going to segue into the commitment. So tell me, what works best for you and I to get together? Is it mornings or afternoons? Now, at this point, they might object, right? You say, well, Shon, I'm really happy where I'm at. Simple objection handler, guys. Well, I understand. I mean, maybe you don't want any extra money, yet let me quickly ask. If I could show you how to put an extra $30,000 to $50,000 in your bank account with you doing nothing different than you're doing today, would it be worth investing just 30 minutes to learn about the fastest growing brokerage in the history of real estate? Now, oftentimes, and my experience has been about 60, 70% of the time, they say, well, since you put it that way, I'd be stupid not to. So let's talk about that. How'd you guys feel about that script? How'd you feel if somebody called you with that script? Would you perhaps be open-minded? I shared this on my mastermind this morning, and Chuck, I think you might have been there as well. So 2 directions you can go. You can go with my first objection handler, which is if I could put an extra $30,000 to $50,000 in your bank account and you're doing nothing different than you're doing today, would it be worth investing just 30 minutes to learn about the fastest growing brokerage in history? That's one option. The second option is a neuro-linguistic programming strategy called level shifting, okay? Level shifting. So you say, well, I'm really happy where I'm at. I'd say, well, that's awesome. I love working with happy people. Now, would it shock you to hear that virtually everybody I've attracted to align with me here at EXP has said almost those exact same words to me? See, one thing I know for sure is that for the agent, the more money they're making, the less time they have to spend grinding it out at work, the higher their bank account balance and net worth and their production, well, the happier they are. So it's really about your production and your bank account balance, isn't it? Say yes. See, when you can get them to say yes, level shifting means it's not really about that. It's really about this, isn't it? Use a tie down, they say yes. Now I can have a real conversation with you about your production and your bank account balance. So let's just say that this opportunity would in fact net you more money, increase your bank account balance, increase your net worth. You'd be compensated in 8 different ways, one of which is residual. It's passive. It just shows up for you every single month. Wouldn't it be worth investing just 30 minutes to learn about the opportunity? So guys, it's what you say, it's how you say it, and how many people you say it to. How are we doing? Any questions so far?
It's very good. I think that's very important. What you say, how you say it, how many people you're going to say it to. That's
right. If you want more appointments, just create more conversations. This pertains to your
Are
real
these
estate
scripts
business.
located anywhere?
Yes, in fact, we have a program called Attraction in Action, and with Chuck and Doug's permission, I'll tell you a little bit about that later. Is that okay?
Sure.
Okay, right on. So let's move on. Now, I believe that 20% of our energy and effort should be invested in setting that appointment. So you're going to time block your time. You're going to make those dials happen. You're going to create those conversations, and you're going to set appointments. Now, here I coach a lot of people on this, and here's what I've learned. For every 5 live conversations that you can create with agents, you're going to get at least one of them to say, yes, I'm open-minded. Okay. I mean, you ask 1,000 people, do you have an open mind or are you closed-minded? I promise you that 1,000 of them will say, yeah, I've got an open mind. So at least one of them, though, out of these 5 conversations will be open-minded. So if you time blocked 1 hour a day, the average person I coach can create 5 to 7 live conversations in just 1 hour. So 5 conversations a day, 1 person per day will say, yes, I'm open-minded. You do that 5 days a week, that's 5 people per week. Now it's Pareto's principle, right? It's the 80-20 rule. 5 conversations leads to 1 person interested. 5 people interested leads to 1 person aligning with EXP. You could literally attract 50 agents this year if you choose to by time blocking 1 hour a day. All right, let me ask, how many of you guys want to make 2024 the best financial year of your lifetime? Anyone?
Mm-hmm.
What if I told you it's going to be challenging? It's going to be hard. You still want to make it the best year of your life? And what if I told you you had to time block 1 hour a day and you would start receiving residual and passive income to the tune of at least $10,000 a month? You know, a good friend of mine, John Mendelson, put it like this. He said, what if I came to you and said, you're going to do the most difficult physical labor of your entire life. I'm going to give you a shovel and you're going to go out and dig a ditch. Now, here's the thing. The first month, I'm not going to pay you anything. The second month, I'm not going to pay you anything, or maybe just a little bit. Yet by the end of the year, you're going to be earning about $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 a month, and you don't have to dig ditches anymore. And it's just going to keep showing up for you on the 22nd of every day, or every month, excuse me. All right, so again, I say it like this, 20% of your energy and effort is to set the appointment. 60% of the energy and effort is to confirm the appointment. To confirm the appointment. See, in an absence of a perception of value, they're going to no-show you every time. If anything happens, they could get a paper cut and they're not going to show up to the call or stub their toe. I can't make it today. So we've got to instill a sense of value in this conversation. So the appointment confirmation process is, to me, one of the most critical aspects. Then the 20% on the back end, that's what you're going to say during the attraction conversation. I really want to go deep into that today. I want to have some fun with you guys and show you how to create a psychological change within the mind of your candidate. It's just so, so powerful. So then they show up to the attraction call. I want to share my screen. Do I have permission to do so? Can you give me permission real quick?
Sure. Okay, it's there now.
All right. So this comes straight from our program called Attraction in Action. Okay. And it's the attraction conversation. And there's a psychology behind getting people to change their mind. Now, I learned this early in my career with for sale by owners, and there was never a year I didn't list at least 50 for sale by owners leveraging this psychology. Yet it applies to attraction just like it does with real estate sales. Now you can see
Shon,
the
can I stop you there just 1 second? This is so important what he's going to go over. So I hope if you're like looking at a text or something, like you need to dive in and listen to this, because this really is critical. It's so amazing, this little exercise. So please pay attention here.
Yeah. Thank you, Chuck. And I totally agree. When I got my mind around this in real estate sales, for sale by owners became my passion. When I could understand how to move them psychologically from, I'm in a positive present mindset, that's the upper left-hand quadrant. I'm looking to sell my house all on my own without paying a commission. And they believe that that positive present mindset is going to lead them to the positive future. And yet through scripting, through words, through NLP, then you have an opportunity to block that, right? To then move them psychologically from positive present to negative present. See, the challenge with most agents, when they go to attract agents, they say, oh, well, I understand you're happy over at Keller Williams or Remax or Sotheby's or Compass. Yet when you make the decision to join EXP, well, you're going to have such a brighter future. Guys, and that's not how we change people's mind. I learned this from Tony Robbins back when I was 19 years old. In fact, I had the opportunity to do the firewalk with Tony Robbins when I was 19 at Arvada High School in Arvada, Colorado, out on the football field. And man, it was a blast. It just kind of blew my mind, right? And yet people will avoid pain faster than they move toward what they gain. So it's not about what they're going to gain in a lot of cases, not at first, not until you move them psychologically from positive present to negative present. So it can't be just EXPing on them. Well, at EXP, we offer stock. Well, at EXP, we have the direct stock purchase program. Well, at EXP, you can become an icon agent. At EXP, you get, I mean, that's not how you attract someone. Guys, it doesn't work, okay? So we're going to block that from a positive present to a positive future kind of pitch about EXP to move them from a positive present to a negative present first. See, they're never going to seek for a solution to a problem unless they know a problem exists. So how do I do that? So I'll just walk you through it just real fast. I want you to take some notes, okay? Write as fast as you can. So I always start every call by saying, hey, Chuck, Doug, Shon Kokoszka with EXP. Thank you so much for taking the time on our Zoom meeting today. Listen, I want to talk about whatever you want to talk about. So tell me, what needs to happen over the course of the next 30 minutes for you to hang up this call and say, Shon, that was like a 15 or 20 on a scale from 0 to 10. Now, whatever they tell me, then I say, okay, I'll make sure that we cover that during our time together today. Fair enough? All right. Now, I also believe that prescription before diagnosis is like malicious malpractice, right? So in an effort to do a side-by-side comparison, an apples-to-apples comparison between the two brokerages, I'm going to ask that you rate your current broker on a scale from 0 to 10 on 5 different categories, okay? And we'll do it quickly. So let me give you context to the 0 to 10 rating system. A 0, 1, or 2 is considered poor, in need of immediate improvement. You might want to write this down. You don't have to. Yet a 3 or 4 is considered fair. 5 or 6 is good in varying degrees. 7 or 8 is very good, and 9 or 10 is like excellent, man. It doesn't get any better. Okay, you guys with me? Any questions before we dive in? Okay, so the first category I want you to rate your broker on is the technology platform that they're providing to you to generate more leads, set more appointments, complete more contracts, and make more money. How would you rate that 0 to 10? Now, in this category, they generally go pretty high. They're, 5, 6, 7 in some cases. I write down the number. And I say, okay, so what's happening that caused you to give it a 5 instead of a 10? I'm going to let them vent a little bit, okay? They say, okay, what's your plan to move it from a 5 to a 10? See, psychologically, if you recognize that you don't have a plan, you begin searching for one. Our minds are like the Google search engine. I mean, you type something into Google, it's forced to bring you back the answers, and same with your mind. So what's your plan to move that from a 5 to a 10? I guess that's part of the reason I wanted to get on the Zoom meeting with you, Shon. Fantastic. Let's go to the next category. How would you rate your current broker on the education platform that they're providing to you to improve your knowledge, your skills, your mindset, your habits, such that you can increase your production, provide for yourself and your loved ones at a very high level? And let me ask, before you give the rating, do you believe that your production, your bank account balance, and net worth is going to grow to the extent that you personally grow? Okay, so how would you rate your broker on the education they're providing to you? 0 to 10. Again, generally, this is pretty high, usually a 3 to maybe a 6 or 7, okay? And I write down their number. Now I'm going to turn the heat way up, way up. I say, okay, rate your broker on their ability to provide you with equity, stock, and ownership in that brokerage that you work so hard for. How would you rate that 0 to 10? Shon, they don't offer anything. That's a 0. Ouch. Now, I've been there, I've done that. We can talk about it later. Yet, what's your plan to increase that rating from 0 to 10? And is that important to you? They don't have a plan. Again, they're going to start searching for a plan. Okay, so next category, and this requires a little unpacking. You've heard of Orchard, Open Door, and Redfin. They're iBuyer platforms where they're going direct to consumer. They're heavily funded. And quite frankly, just like Travelocity put the travel agent out of business, these guys want to put you and I out of business. So how would you rate your current broker on their ability to provide you with the opportunity to go to anybody in your state, give them a cash offer within 24 hours, close as soon as 10 business days, receiving your full commission with 0 financial risk or obligation? How would you rate your current broker, 0 to 10? What are you talking about, Shon? I've never heard of that before. Now, notice, I'm not talking about EXP. I haven't even brought it up once. Because it's not about EXPing on people. It's about moving them psychologically from positive present to negative present. So you've got to resist that urge. Because I've been there. I'm telling you, somebody gives it a 0 rating. I'm just like, man, I'm just going to smash them with express offers. No, you're building and stacking a case that you can then unpack later. Okay, so just resist that temptation. You got to be patient. Okay, now the 5th and final category, how would you rate your broker on their ability to provide you with residual and passive income and a true exit strategy or a retirement plan from real estate sales? How would you rate that 0 to 10? 0? Okay, gotcha. Okay, so out of a possible score of 50, you've rated your broker. Okay, you gave it a 5, you gave it a 6, and then it was 0, 0, 0. That's a sum total of 11 out of a possible score of 50. Now, if we use the academic rating system, that would be a 22%. Definitely a failing grade. Yet, how do you feel about that number? Do you believe it's accurate? Oftentimes they say, well, in the context of the questions, yes, it's absolutely accurate. Perfect. So now they're firmly rooted in this negative present mindset, right? They've got a problem. They want to solve it. So then it's about negative future. We want to kind of just dig it in a little bit deeper, okay? Just kind of twist that knife, if you will. And I two powerful questions. And that is, let me ask, do you believe in the statement that if you do what you've always done, you're going to get what you always got? They always say yes. So let me ask, do you also believe in this statement? In order to get to a position of better, you must get to different. So let's just imagine your life, your business, 3 years down the road. If nothing in the ratings, you've just given your current broker changes. What does that look like? What does that feel like? See, that's negative future. A lot of people say, well, Shon, it would be more of the same. And that sounds painful to me. See, most agents, team leaders, even broker owners I know will never be able to retire gracefully from this industry. When's the last time you went to a realtor's retirement party? Again, negative future. Yeah. So now that they're firmly rooted in negative future, it's about positive future, which is aligning with you at EXP. Then what you're going to do is you're going to circle back to the 5 points that you had them rate their broker on. For example, the technology platform that they're providing to you to generate more leads, set more appointments, complete more contracts, and make more money. You gave that a 5 on a scale from 0 to 10. Are you open-minded to investigate EXP and almost magically move that rating from a 5 to a 10? They always say yes. Then I'll get into the KV Core platform, CRM, customer relationship management software, the IDX site that they provide to them, which stands for Information Data Exchange, ties right into your MLS. Buyer and seller prospects can do live MLS searches right from your website. They're going to get direct access to the MLS information, yet they're going to pay for that information, aren't they? Not with money, with their identity. So they have to complete a web form, first and last name, email address, mailing address, phone number. Hit submit to get access to the MLS. You immediately get that lead. I've got agents in my organization that for free through email campaigns, newsletters, social media posts are generating in excess of 50 leads every month. We have a bolt-on called Making It Rain. If you invested $1,000 a month in digital ad spend, they're going to manage it for you, and you're guaranteed to generate 100 to 160 leads every month, depending on your geographic location. Now, typical conversion rate should be about 3%. So let's say you're generating 100 leads a month, you're investing $1,000 a month, and you're having 3 closings a month. Tell me, what do you like the most about that aspect of the model? And on each point, I'm going to circle back with that one powerful question. What do you like the most about that aspect of the model? Now, gang, this is where they start really leaning in. This is when they start selling me on why it's a good decision to join EXP. Then we go to the next category, the education platform. You ranked that 4 on a scale from 0 to 10, let's say. I think we said 6. Okay, so 6. Again, are you open-minded to learn how EXP can almost automatically shift that from a 6 to a 10 for you? So we have this virtual campus. We call it the EXP world. It's a metaverse. It's 3-dimensional. We have over 80 hours of live training inside the virtual campus every week. Now, nobody wants to attend 80 hours of training. I totally get that. Yet you will be able to see the training calendar. Do you want to learn more about social media marketing, artificial intelligence, how to manage your database, how to manage your CRM? Because I guarantee you we've got 2 or 3 classes on each of those categories every week, which is at least 30 times what most brokerages offer. Now tell me, what do you like the most about that aspect of our model? Oh, by the way, in the EXP metaverse, there's over 800 full-time employees that work for EXP in there every day to service your needs. And since we're open globally, they're open 24/7. You can literally log in at 6 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday, and you get an answer to your question almost instantly. See, a lot of people ask me, Shon, where's your office at EXP? I say, well, it's in the cloud, and it takes me 10 seconds to get there. And there's 800 people in that cloud to support me in real time. There's never been a time I had a question or a problem that I didn't log into the world and I was in and out within 5 minutes with the answer or solution. So it's a different way of doing business. I'll give you that. It is the most effective way of doing business. Now tell me, what do you like the most about that aspect of the model, right? So we always circle back with that question. What do you like the most about that? Because we want to maintain a positive conversation. Okay, then we get into stock awards, production-based awards, 3-year vesting period, how much do they earn, blah, 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 direct stock purchase program. By the way, Chuck, thank you for sharing with me that you learned on the alpha call that they're dropping the percentage discount from 10% to 5%, just FYI. Right on. Then we get into the Express Offers platform. You know, Orchard, Redfin, Opendoor, they want to put us out of business. We're not going to let that happen, thanks to EXP. Every agent who obtains their certification, by the way, there are 6 modules of training you must go through. It takes about 10 hours to complete. You pass the test at the end, you get your certification. It's free to obtain your certification, by the way. And once you have that certification in place, you can go to any homeowner in your state and offer up a cash offer within 24 hours, close as soon as 10 business days. By the way, 0 financial risk or obligation, and you're going to receive your full commission. It doesn't even have to be your listing. You'll get your co-op commission, okay, if the seller accepts the offer. Now, it's a wholesale offer, just like with Orchard, Redfin, Opendoor. Now, that's not the point that I want you to get your mind around. By the way, once the investor buys it, they're going to fix it up, put it back in the market. You're guaranteed to get that listing back, and they'll pay you a skinny 4%, and yet you're getting paid twice on the deal. Now, again, not the point I want you to get your mind around. All right, what is the purpose of marketing? What do you guys think? What's the purpose of marketing?
Attraction.
Attraction? Attraction of what?
Attraction of solutions, products that we offer.
Okay, perfect. So attracting prospects to what we have to offer, yes?
Yes.
So I think the purpose of marketing is to, in essence, make the phone ring or at least get them to raise their hand, complete a web form, or hit you up on a direct message or something like that. It's to get them to volunteer that they have some level of interest in what you're doing. So the point being, and I think success leaves clues, okay? And we'll get to that in a moment. Yet, let's just say that you do a postcard, a direct mail piece to a geo-targeted community, offering up a cash offer. Or maybe it's a video that you post to social that says, hey, it's Shon Kokoszka with EXP. Are you thinking about selling your house? Don't worry about painting your walls, staging your house, replacing the carpet, or having buyers tromp through your house. I'll give you a cash offer, as is cash offer within the next 24 hours, close as soon as 10 business days. Interested? Direct message me right now. Or pick up the phone, give me a call. You're going to generate many potential sellers who raise their hand saying, listen, I want my cash offer. So you take the property details, you upload it to the Express Offers platform. You'll receive multiple cash offers from our pool of seasoned embedded investors. You take the highest one along with the net sheet over to the seller and you present it just like this. Mr. and Mrs. Seller, you don't have to accept this cash offer through Express Offers at EXP. Yet for an as-is immediate liquidation sale, you're going to pay a premium, just like with Orchard, Open Door, and Redfin, and here's what you're going to net. And while it's convenient, if we took it to the open market, I've done the comp research, and here's what you could fetch in the open market, here's what you would net significantly more than the cash offer. Now, given the two choices, which would you prefer? Now, guys, we've had hundreds of thousands of cash offers been put forward through Express Offers, hundreds of thousands. 97% of those potential sellers reject the cash offer, and they probably list with the EXP agent who brought it to them. As I said before, success leaves clues, doesn't it? See, there's a couple of organizations that I coach that come to mind, like Mark Spain out of Alpharetta, Georgia. I've coached his organization for years. Last year, they closed 8,800 transactions.
Wow.
Chris Waters, 5,700 transactions last year. Now, here's the thing. Their number one lead magnet for seller lead generation is the cash offer. Lance Loken, another 4,800 transactions last year. I was speaking with Lance a couple of months ago, and he said, it's so funny to me, Shon, because they call us about the cash offer, then our listing agent shows up to list the property, and the seller never even brings it up. I asked Lance, I said, out of the last 7 years that you've done this, because he started about 7 years ago, how many homes have you purchased? He said, 1. Guys, it might feel like smoke and mirrors, yet the whole purpose of marketing is get them to volunteer that they're interested in what you have to offer, okay? Then I would turn to them and say, so what do you like the most about that aspect of the model? I was on the Zoom meeting with a guy from Tyler, Texas. He has a team of 4 agents. And as soon as I was done telling him about Express Offers, he said, Shon, I'm ready. I want to join EXP. You never know what aspect of the model is going to attract somebody. I said, well, wait. I know you are. And we're going to do that. Yet, even if you're not interested in revenue share, I really want you to get your mind around how this revenue share works. So you ranked your current brokers on a scale from 0 to 10 as 0. Let me ask, how would it feel to you to wake up knowing that on or before the 22nd of every month, you're earning about $23,000 in 3 years? How would that feel? I'm going to share a different screen. I want to cast a vision with a spreadsheet. So bear with me. I'm just going to zoom in on this table. Then I'll go back to resharing my screen. And I want you guys to catch the attraction bug. I'm telling you, it will have a profound impact on your financial future. It really will. How are we doing on time, Chuck?
We're good.
Fantastic. Okay, so just for the sake of those of you who have not studied this aspect of the model, I'm just going to walk you through it like I walked them through it. Is that okay with you all?
Yes.
Okay, so you can see the table? Showing
Yes.
the amount per
Yes.
agent. Okay.
Mhm.
So this model goes 7 levels deep. Now, don't freak out on me here, because a lot of people, they say, Shon, is this a multi-level marketing company? No. Is it a pyramid scheme? Absolutely not. We're publicly traded on NASDAQ. Simply put, this is a model around growth. See, Glenn Sanford, the founder of eXp Realty, recognizes that if he wants you and I to do anything to help the organization grow, well, he better compensate us to do it. And this is the most lucrative model in real estate sales that I've ever discovered, and I'm so grateful for it. So again, even if you're not interested in attracting agents, I just want you to get your mind around this, because once you do, I think your attitude might change. Fair enough? So just indulge me for the next 5 minutes. I'm going to walk you through how revenue share works. So again, it goes 7 levels deep. When you join EXP, you would join me, you'd be in my first level. Now, once I help you attract an agent, they would be in your first level, yet my second level, right? When we help that agent attract an agent, it would be in your second level, my third level, and that agent's first level. I trust that makes sense. Do you have any questions before we proceed? We doing okay? And it goes 7 levels deep. Second column is the amount of money you earn up to per agent per year. And we'll get back to that in a moment. The third column is how to unlock the power of all 7 levels of revenue share. If you have 1 to 4 agents in your first line, you're paid revenue share at only level 1. Once you've attracted your 5th agent to your front line, you unlock levels 1 and 2. Your 10th agent to your front line, you've unlocked levels 1, 2, and 3, right? And it goes in increments of 5 up to level 7. Once you have 30 agents in your first level, you've unlocked all 7 levels of revenue share. And I can pretty much guarantee you that you would never worry about money again as long as your rev share group produces, no doubt. Now let's talk about the 4th column, which is how you actually get paid, how the numbers actually work, how the money is exchanged. So let's talk about a level 1 agent. By the way, do you have anybody in mind that would like to hear about EXP?
Yes.
Them. Perfect. I'd love to talk to them. We'll add them right to your level 1, my level 2. We get to double dip on this deal. Yeah, let's say we attract that agent. They go into your first level. They close a transaction, make $10,000 in gross commission income on this one deal. They're on an 80-20 split. So 8,000 is retained by the agent, 2,000 goes to EXP toward their 16,000 per year cap. Okay. Of the 2,000 EXP collects, they're going to pay you 17.5% of every one of those dollars. So in our example, $350 would be deposited directly into your account on or before the 22nd of the following month. And that 350 is then deducted from the 2,800. So then what would that be? 2,550?
Yes.
Would still be on the books. So the next time that agent closes a deal, you get paid. Simply put, they sell 1 transaction, they sell 50 transactions, you can earn up to 2,800 per agent. So obviously the higher the producer, the more money you're going to make. Now, once you've been paid 2,800 for that frontline agent, the agent has capped at 16,000, you're capped. You're not going to get paid for that agent again until their cap resets, but it does reset on an annualized basis. All right. Questions so far? How are we doing? All right. So here's the mathematical cheat. Because we're compensated different amounts at different tiers, and not all agents are capping agents, the average income to you per agent per month will be about $61. Now that 61 suggests that the average agent in your rev share organization is only going to earn about $20,000 per year in gross commission income. So the bar is really low, and this is a really conservative pro forma. You guys with me? All right. The average growth rate per month, I would love to see that at 10% per month. I've trended at 21.2% over the last 3 years and 10 months. And so again, relatively conservative pro forma, depending on how you want to attack this model. Let's continue on with the pro forma. How are we doing? You guys getting excited? A little bit, maybe? Well, this will fire you up if nothing else will. So this top section of the pro forma is year 1. This is all 7 levels of revenue share. It has to do with agent count. So let's just say that you could attract 2 agents a month. That would be 5 conversations a week. Or I'm sorry, not 5. Never do math in front of people.
5 a day.
So at 2 agents a month, that would be an average of 2 conversations a day. That's all you'd have to do. 2 conversations a day. Just asking, are you open-minded to investigating the fastest growing brokerage in the history of real estate? You'd end the year with 24 agents in your front line according to Pareto's principle. Now you can see, and here's the true leverage of the model, and this is why it works and why it's important to understand. It begins to cascade due to the recruiting efforts of others. You'd have 51 agents in your total organization. Now let's look how the money works. Again, all 7 levels. You can see how the money starts coming in slowly, but it also begins to cascade. At this point, you'd then be earning around 3,000 per month, about 16,000 for the year. Now, compare that to your 16,000 per year cap. Look at year two. You'd have 48 agents in your first level. You'd have 228 agents in the organization. Now you're earning about 19,000 per month. Geez, almost 20,000 per month. There we go. No, 14,000 per month, about 94,000 for the year. I had to put on my glasses. Something's wrong with my docking station and my bigger screens aren't working. So I'm working on a really small laptop screen. I apologize. Okay, look at year three, you guys. Now you reach 50 agents. You don't have to attract another single agent if you don't choose to. You have 770 in the organization. They're paying you about 47,000 per month, about 346,000 for the year. Now, most agents I know at 47,000 a month, they don't stress about money anymore. They never wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning and pull a sweat wondering, where's my next commission check coming from, right? And I've got a step-by-step plan that'll show you exactly how to do this. You look at year four. Again, you don't attract another single agent to your front line, just maintain 50. You'd have about 2,350 agents in the organization, about 143,000 a month, over $1 million. By the way, what's your capital risk? As Chuck said earlier, you don't have it. There's zero. How about your liability associated with running the brokerage? Contractual issues, fear of audit. I ran my own brokerage for 2 years and 10 months. I was audited twice. Shut me down for a week at a time, every time. Painful. Look at year five. I don't want to blow your minds. Yet at 2 agents a month for the first 2 years and 1 month of just hard work for 2 years and 1 month, your organization at a 10% per month growth rate due to the recruiting efforts of others will have grown to 6,432 agents. And look at this, 392,000 per month in just wake up money. And by the way, take this in the spirit I mean it. Even if you don't wake up, this money is inheritable by your family members. All they have to do is get an active real estate license and they get that money every single month. 3.1 in net income because you have zero expenses to run this. Now you could buy a McDonald's franchise. I consulted McDonald's, right? It'll cost you over $1 million, yet you would beg and plead and pray that the first year's operation, you would net 100,000. That's a lot of risk, not a lot of reward. Here, there's zero risk and a lot of reward. And I've got a step-by-step plan to show you how to do this. Now, let's go up to year three, and I'm going to share with you guys the close, and then I'm going to let you run, okay? Let's look at year three. Let's just say that with my help, I can help you get to 50 agents in your first level. Your organization has grown to 770. EXP is paying you $47,000 a month. And we're having this conversation 3 years from today. You say, Shon, I am so grateful that I took the time to learn about the EXP model because I threw caution to the wind. Man, I joined EXP immediately, and here we are 3 years down the road. They're paying me $47,000 a month, Shon. It's like a dream come true. Tell me, what would you do with the extra money? I'm going to write down everything they tell me they're going to do. I'm going to dig it out of them. Oh, so you said you would travel? Where do you want to go? I want to go to Fiji. I want to go to Thailand. I want to go to Europe. I want to go to Rome, Venice, Florence. I want to go to Nice, Paris. I'm going to write down everything they tell me they want to do. I say, well, that all sounds fantastic. Tell me, in your current situation with your current brokerage model, how are you going to be able to do that? Then you let the silence do the heavy lifting. Don't open your mouth. Because eventually they say, well, I can't. Well, that is true. And as sad as that is, you have an opportunity. So again, let's say we're having this conversation 3 years down the road. Shon, threw caution to the wind, joined EXP immediately. Here we are 3 years later. They're paying me $47,000 a month. Then I'm going to loop back to everything they told me they would do. I went to Fiji. I toured Asia. I went to Europe. I hit every city I ever wanted to see. And all the while, this money's just showing up. Let me ask, would that make you and your family happy? Would it make you and your family happier than you are right now?
Yeah, that's the question.
Yes.
And don't you and your family deserve to be happier than you are right now? Then let's do the
Absolutely.
right thing. Let's take your next step in your education of the EXP model, which is non-committal, absolutely non-committal. I want you to complete the EXP application. It takes all of 10 minutes. And the reason I say it's non-committal because you can rescind it at any time. Plus, it's completely confidential. You have nothing to lose in your next step of education. Yet by completing the application, investing just 10 minutes, I'm going to pair you with my onboarding concierge specialist. They're going to give you a guided tour and a demo of the KV Core platform, SkySlope, which is our transaction management software, EXP Workplace, EXP Enterprise, which is a full transparent dashboard, shows you your stock awards. It shows you your revenue share build month after month in a very transparent format. They're going to show you how all that works. And they're going to give you a handheld guided tour through the EXP world. So I just posted the link to join to complete the application in the chat. Go ahead and click on that, and I'll stay in line with you as you complete the application. And that, gang, soup to nuts, is the attraction conversation that I use. There's a lot of psychology involved with that. There's a lot of neurolinguistic programming. And I just encourage you, Chuck, share this replay link with everybody on this call, and anybody and everybody who wants to watch it. Just make it part of your training library for your organization. And I didn't get a chance to review the chats. I saw them coming in, but were there a few questions here?
Well, while you look at that, let me just say something. We're going to send out a Google Doc that Chris has put together for us, and it has a lot of resources of things that we use. Just different things to look at. Most of it is all free stuff. Just a whole lot of different things, and a couple of YouTube videos, different things. One is a link to Shon's weekly class that he was talking about as Mastermind on Wednesdays that you can jump into for free, that he's on there. And then the other thing that is on there too is the Attraction in Action link. So Shon, you want to mention that program?
Yeah, so Attraction in Action is a 5-week coaching and training program. It's done the same day of the week for 5 weeks in a row. They're 90-minute sessions where you're going to learn not only the scripts, dialogues, objection handlers, the attraction conversation. You're going to learn business planning methodology. You're going to learn social media components to attracting agents, and you're going to learn the technology that you should be leveraging in order to attract agents to align with you at EXP. Guys, we've invested thousands of hours to really get as close to perfection as anybody as it relates to agent attraction. And when you apply these very simple strategies, you're going to see your revenue share group growing month after month. You're going to see those rev share deposits increasing month after month after month. And I'll tell you what, inside of 3 years, with a little bit of effort on your part and a firm commitment to focus and your business plan that will help you build, in 3 years, you should be able to simply unplug if you choose to. Now, I could have unplugged 2 years ago, yet I don't choose to. I like this too much. It's just too much fun. In fact, it's made real estate fun again for me because I did it at such a high level for so many years. I really got burned out. And I love helping people increase their production and getting what they want. And through the EXP model, through my coaching organization, I'm able to fulfill my purpose. And so all you have to do is go to iconcoaching.com, guys. Click on the programs tab, go to Attraction in Action. It's a minor investment of $350 one time, or we'll do a payment plan for you of $99 a month. I mean, it's the most inexpensive, most cutting edge training around agent attraction that you can find. And by the way, since you'll be there, why don't you check out Accelerated Breakthrough? This is 16 weeks of coaching and training for $347. We give you $10,000 worth of add-ons, and it's a one-time investment, $347. You can't go wrong. By the way, if you have agents in your organization that are frontline agents, they're not frontline qualifying agents, I would encourage you to talk to them about it. Get them engaged in this program because we will help them increase their production. We'll help them shift from FLA to FLQA. We've also got another program that we're launching right now. In fact, next week, Chuck, Doug, you guys are going to get this information. It's called the FLA Ascension Program. And where if you've got FLAs, you want them to become FLQAs so you can unlock those levels. Well, we'll get them engaged in our mastermind. We'll get them engaged in our accountability program, and we will help them make sure that they're selling at least one house every 6 months, okay? I mean, the bar is pretty low, yet the FLA to FLQA ratio at EXP is generally hovers around 50%. Okay. So I want you to check those things out. I do see a couple of questions here. Would you have this similar conversation with someone who is not currently in real estate? No, I might just throw my line in the water with some bait and see if they grab a hold of it. Yet I'm not going to have that full-on conversation until they've at least engaged in the pre-licensing training. And ideally after they obtain their license. And I mean like right after. Yet I really don't go after brand new agents. I don't want to seem cold or callous. Yet the attrition rate for realtors in the first 12 months is about 83%. And so you invest all this time, this energy to get them over, they die on the vine because they won't step on the stepping stones that you provide to them. And I don't know why that is. I mean, I can show you a proven way, absolutely proven way to increase your production. And yet many agents, like the stepping stones are there. The trail is blazed. Left foot goes here, okay? Right foot goes here. I mean, it could not be easier. Left foot goes here. All you have to do is do the work. You know, what they end up doing is they go wander off in the forest. They get lost and they die on the vine. So I'd much rather go after capping agents. And that's pretty easy, especially in most of your market areas with your average sales prices. To cap, all they need to do is have 3 million in sales volume. I mean, for many of you, that's what, 2 or 3 transactions a year. That's it.
Or
So
or $80,000 GCI, 80,000.
80,000.
That's
Yeah.
yeah. We're not talking about a lot. You know, I think that what I also want to say is I don't want anybody to think here that what I'm saying or he's saying is like just focus on attraction and not on sales, because you have your license, you want to sell. This is just, I think the point is what he said earlier was you're having 5 to 15 conversations a week in general with other agents. You're just not putting this into your conversations, and it can change your life. And I will say that that is exactly what it's done for me and Doug. And another way to look at these things is you think that, oh, you know, that you see those huge numbers and, you know, that may scare you or whatever. Well, just look at the smaller number. I mean, I was looking a second ago and I thought if you put $100,000 in a great savings account that's pulling 5% interest, and there are a couple of those out there. If you pull that in for a full year, you get 5,000 for the year in interest. Is it harder to go out and save up 100,000? That's after expenses and everything, or for 5,000 a year, attract just 2 agents that are capping agents, 80,000 a year, just 2. You're going to get the same thing. I mean, it's got to be that simple for you to think about this. And the other thing too is that, you know, it's compounding a little bit over time. I love that analogy of doubling a penny for a month and how much you have at the end of the month. If you don't know that answer, Google it. But it's just, it seems so little at first, but it just keeps adding on and on. And the great thing is, as your organization grows, other people are jumping in and helping and taking over and, you know, plugging in and soaring at different levels. It's just, you just got to plant the seed. That's really what it is, right? So I think there's one more question I wanted you to answer on there, Shon, on the chat, was about the 8 different income.
Yeah, so I'll give it to you real quickly. Grab your pens. You guys ready? Number 1 is transactional income. Of course, we get paid to sell houses or lots or do leases or collect referral fees, whatever that is, right? That's number 1, transactional income. Yet that alone is problematic if you want to go to Europe for the next 60 days, right? Because chances are while you're gone, or heaven forbid, you get injured and you can't work, you're not going to make much money at all, right? So we've added on 7 additional ways to compensate you. Number 2 is stock awards based on production. Number 3 is a direct stock purchase program. Number 4, iBuyer sales, the Express Offers platform. Number 5, iBuyer referrals. Number 6 is mortgage company dividends through Success Lending. 7 is foreign currency exchange commissions. Many people don't know we have a subsidiary company that's wholly owned by eXp World Holdings that is the qualified intermediary for foreign buyers. And all we have to do is refer our foreign buyers to them. They'll collect their funds, bounce it through the Fed, get it approved for real estate acquisition. They pay us a commission. And it averages about 0.5% of the money they push in. I have a client in San Francisco. She closed a $5.6 million residential sale with a guy from India. She referred our QI and she got an additional $27,000 on top of the massive commission that she gained just by doing that. So instinctively, we recognize EXP is the most creative organization as it relates to improving your net income, your net worth, and ability to retire. Okay, the final is revenue share. And I always save the best for last. If I can't hook them on revenue share, I don't know what will. Okay, I really don't. By the way, if they say, well, I don't want to recruit agents. So what I hear you saying is you're not a great recruiter. Is that right? And that's okay. You know why? Because I am. I'm damn good at it. And I'm here to help you attract agents to your first level. Those agents will attract agents to your second level. Those agents will attract those agents to your third level. And before you know it, you're going to be making wake up money, just like so many thousands of agents at EXP. Right on.
All right. Listen, thank you everybody for attending this. And it is recorded. We're going to post it on the Magnetic Wealth Expert YouTube channel. We'll also email it to you along with that link of a lot of resources that we talked about for attraction and recruiting. And I really suggest that you go back and listen to this video 3 or 4 times. That's what I did in the very beginning. I found something like this and I just kept listening to it over and over because each time you do, you're going to get something new or it's going to make a different impression on you. But thank you for taking this time. And with your group, please share this link when you get it. Encourage, sometimes they don't get the email. So please let everybody know. And thank you, Shon, for doing this. It was really helpful. Very much appreciate you.
It's my pleasure, buddy. Guys, you can't have better leaders than Chuck and Doug. They are so committed to your growth. They want to help you. And I promise you, see, a lot of agents, they don't want to get into action around attraction because they don't understand everything about the EXP model. Yet the point I want to make is you don't have to understand everything about electricity to turn on a light switch. All you have to do is ask the agent, are you open-minded? If they say yes, drop Chuck and Doug a text. I promise you, they'll do the heavy lifting for you. And before you know it, you get that wake-up money.
Yes. Doug, you want to add anything?
No, I think that was fantastic. We appreciate you and everybody that is on this call. Thank you for being here, and whatever we can do to help, reach out to us. That's what we're here for.
Way to go, guys.
All right. Thank you, everybody.
Cheers.
See you on the next call.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye, Chuck.
Bye.